Good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis Autosports. First and foremost, we are not using the steady cam today, so if it's a little bit shaky, I do apologize in advance. This is a pre-listing for a 1998 Jeep Cherokee Sport XJ, four-door, four-wheel drive, six-cylinder. If you're familiar with our pre-listings, what we do, or I should say if you're not, as soon as we get a Jeep in, we'll do what we're currently doing now, a quick walk around. We'll let you know the condition of the Jeep as we bought it. And then on our website, and briefly in this video, but in more detail on our website, davisautosports.com, we'll give you a full layout of everything we're going to do to this Jeep, as well as different options on how to buy the Jeep. And I'll go over some of that a little bit in this video. But we haven't touched this Jeep. All we did is literally just washed it. How we got this Jeep, a gentleman called me about a week ago and said, hey, I have this really nice Jeep. I'm familiar with you guys. He was a Jeep enthusiast. He said, I have a nice Jeep that I think you may want to buy. And he told me the mileage. It does have 157,000 miles. And I said, well, it's a little bit higher than what we typically like to buy. And he said, look, I've been following you guys. I know your quality of Jeep. I think it's worth you taking a look at it. So he actually brought the Jeep to us from about 2.5 hours away. And I was very, very, very impressed with the overall condition of the Jeep. I could tell by talking to the gentleman that he really cared for the Jeep. He's owned it for a number of years, and it is a super nice Jeep for the miles. If you guys follow us, which most of you guys do, you know we don't typically sell Jeeps with 157,000 miles. They're usually less than 100,000. But this is an incredibly nice Jeep, mechanically very sound. The undercarriage looks nearly brand new, so it's got a lot going for it. And a lot of our Jeeps do fall at the higher price point because of mileage and all the stuff we do. So I said, man, this is going to be a really nice Jeep for someone that wants a nice Jeep, that doesn't maybe want to spend 30, 40, 50, 60 grand on something that we redo or with low mileage. So with that said, keep in mind, as I do a walk around on this, we haven't done any reconditioning, no paint correction. We haven't refinished any of the fender flares. So this is just its natural condition, so you guys can see everything. And it is very, very clean, especially for the miles. Typical stuff like the trim coming off in some areas, which we're gonna fully recondition and take care of all that as always. But you'll see the bones of this thing, and it is super nice. Only thing to nitpick on the driver's side, your typical fading of all your plastic trim. Tires and wheels are going to be replaced as part of our different options that we offer, but we will offer this Jeep at a low price point with those remaining, and I'll sort of go over that here in a moment. Most of the wear on this entire Jeep is going to be on the hood, which is common on these Jeep hoods, just the way the paint sort of ages over time. And I would say the front header panel as well. So if you're looking for a super, super nice Jeep, I would recommend having us paint these two portions, and I'll put that in the description on our website as well. We do have some pictures of the undercarriage. It is so clean, guys. I mean, this undercarriage is incredibly clean, and it looks like that all the way down. It's super clean, so make sure to take a look at all that. This back door has a couple little nicks in it here and there, but that's really the extent of the damage on this Jeep. The roof is super clean. Really, really nice Jeep. And we're shooting this thing, I mean, directly. That's the sun shooting straight down, and you can see the paint's in really, really good condition. Once we paint correct this thing and touch up some of the small blemishes that I pointed out and redo the trim, this thing's gonna look awesome. All the bumpers that are black, you know, obviously all typical fade. Tailgate looks really, really good. Some of this light stuff's going to come out once we wet sand and buff it. So as you see, cosmetically, exterior, super clean. Frame is very, very clean. You look at those control arm brackets, the frame going down, the floor pan, it's all literally perfect. So I really, even the way this Jeep is right here, considering the fade, few defects, I would give it a strong 8 out of 10 for the year in miles. Reconditioning wise, I'm gonna give this Jeep a few options for all you guys. So option one is going to be on the cosmetic end to buy this Jeep just the way you see it. That way you're eliminating the cost of us having to recondition it. There's a lot of people that may want to buy a Jeep to leave it at their beach house or whatever. It's going to stay outside. They just want something that's reliable, and this is a perfect Jeep. Our second option, if you will, we're going to fully paint correct all the paint. So it's going to make this paint even look better. We are going to remove the fender flares and the side trim, the bumper caps, the bumper, the grill, the bezels, and reshoot all that with a fresh coat of black paint with a matte clear, so it won't fade over time like this has happened. And then also paint the hood and paint the header panel just for a super fresh, clean look, and that's going to make this thing look phenomenal. We've already inspected the suspension and the steering. It's all in really, really good condition. So if you wanted to keep it the way it is, you're good to go there. It's got good tires all the way around that are pretty much new. Our very popular Stage 2 package would consist of a 3-inch lift, all new suspension all the way around, all new steering, all new bushings, new hardware. Literally every steering and suspension component and bushings would get replaced on the back, on the underneath side. Our DAS Moab wheels, 16 by 8 inch wheels on a set of essentially 31s or 245s or 265s. We vary on the tire size depending on the look we're going for, which will give this thing a super cool look. And then any small PDR work, paintless dent removal, we're going to take care of as well. So that's going to make this thing look absolutely incredible. With either one of those packages, we will offer our engine service package, which is a rear main seal, valve cover, oil pan gasket. I know this is a lot to take in. That's why I said go to the website. It's going to be super laid out, bulletin points, price points, everything. I'm just giving you all the different sort of options right now, if you will. Inside, we literally have not touched this thing at all. We didn't vacuum it. We haven't wiped the dash down. So this seat vinyl's in great condition. Bolster's in good condition. The cloth is all really, really clean. Seat belts are good. Floor mats, once we steam them and everything, it's a non-smoker. I don't buy vehicles that have been smoked in. Just typical. That's not a burn. That's just the back side of one of these. Looks like over time, maybe a little bit of drink has spilt. We'll get the carpets on the second option. Steam clean, looking amazing in here. Dog legs all look good. Bottom of the doors look good. No rust areas there. Inside of the doors look really good. Seats there look good. Those, of course, will get steam clean. Original floor mats, they're in great condition. Look, this is all, I mean, just 3 hours in this thing will completely turn this thing around, but I just like to let you guys see exactly the way a Jeep came in. Headliner has definitely been replaced. It's in phenomenal condition. Rear gate shocks are good. WeatherTech liner in the back. Spare. Just a clean, good cargo area. We also offer leather seats, heated seats, all that good stuff. If that's something you guys want to add, you can go to our website to look at all of our different seats that we have done. I mean, this thing is just super clean. And the best part of this Jeep is how well this thing drives. Driver leather vinyl is ripped like they typically do. We do replace those. So as a option on it, that's something that we can do, and that will be in one of our higher options on this Jeep. This bolster is a little worn out. The guy that came here that sold it was actually a smaller guy, so maybe just regular age or just sliding in and out. Part of redoing this, we can rebuild this bolster so it's nice and firm there. Back side of the seat's in good condition. I'm scared to show you guys the hood or the engine as we haven't touched it yet, but you'll see it is what it is. Just a little bit of surface dust. Very clean firewall. And this thing's very, very nice for the miles. So we'll do a quick test drive on it. You don't see this too often. Both keys, both remotes. That's really cool. Cruise control, 4-wheel drive. All the power accessories work as they should. Mirror out, mirror in, mirror up, mirror down. Mirror out, mirror in, up and down. Good to go there. Windows. So you'll see this thing's pretty much at operating temperature. Cigarette lighter's never been used. And you'll see the oil pressure. Top right gauge is literally perfect oil pressure. You cannot get better oil pressure than that. So usually Jeeps with these miles, you'll get a couple little common problems. You'll get a little U-joint slapping in the drive line, even a little rear end noise, stuff like that. And this thing doesn't have any of that. It drives really, really well. The AC is also very, very cold, functions exactly as it should. Front windshield, very, very clean. Set the cruise control, feet off. Cruise control's working as it should. We'll do acceleration. We're at 59. Climbing up, cruise control works. As soon as I come off, it stops. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the coast. We are sort of going down a hill right now, so there you go. Back off the coast, it's going back up to the set speed. So cruise is perfect. 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. All that works as it should. Got a nice JVC CD player, Bluetooth, USB, Bluetooth microphone up there. He said he upgraded the door speakers as well and the rear roof mount speakers. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the cruise off. Some stakes in the road right there. I'm going to go ahead and make a full U-turn right here. Turn the wheel all the way. Test out the power steering for you guys. And then we'll do a pretty hard acceleration to show you. Full turn of the wheel, working good. We're gonna go ahead and do a hard acceleration. Man, these things are tanks. That's full stress on the engine, drive line, transmission, and just smooth as can be. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Gonna go hard on the brakes. No shimmy of the wheel whatsoever. Look at that timing right there. See guys, going 75 for you guys and a 50. And then we tested the brakes. That's God's timing right there. Can you imagine if I told officer I'm shooting a video for YouTube? That's why I was speeding. AC is nice and cold, guys. Another thing too, the blend doors and all that work as they should, because there's nothing coming out of the defrost, and that is a common issue with these. You'll put it on circulation and for dash, and you got about 40% of air coming out these vents and about 60 coming out the defrost. And when it's hot out, it's a pain because you want this air to kick back and not necessarily go up to the windshield. So that's nice to see the little detailed things like that when you really get to know a Cherokee. I mean, one knee and this thing just driving completely perfect. This is a really nice Jeep, guys. So as far as the engine package goes, there was your typical seepage down where the rear main seal is. And I'll be honest with you guys, these rear main seals in these Jeeps, we've been doing them ourselves for 12, 13 years. They're tricky. No one's batting 100% on these rear main seals because it's a two-part seal. So it's really only as good as the seal itself goes. So it wasn't leaking enough to where, you know, I would say, yes, you have to get it replaced, but, you know, a lot of our customers want new seals all the way around. So if you're really looking to save money, rear main seal and valve cover and oil pan, they weren't terrible at all. You're not going to park it overnight and have drips on the ground. So even that aspect of the Jeep, it's good to go the way it is. So that's it, guys. Super nice Jeep. Please make sure to go to our website, davisautosports.com. If you were sort of curious, for you guys that are unfamiliar with us, so this is sort of a stock setup right here, if you will, and we have a stage 2 right next to us. So I'm going to do a quick walk around here, let you see this, and then in the background right here is going to be a stage 2 Jeep. Excuse the mess in the parking lot, got a lot of construction going on. So if you see the way this Jeep sits up, 31s, and this green Jeep behind me will have a similar setup. New coils, new shocks, new brake lines. Everything underneath here is all new. I mean, track bar, tie rod end, steering stabilizer, sway bar bushings, all grade 10 hardware. Just the whole works. I mean, so that is what our stage 2 package consists of. Gives it a nice rugged look. And then inside here, you can even see some of our custom leather seats. So a lot of options for you guys. If you guys have any questions, 855-XJ Jeeps. That's 855-955-3377. Thanks for viewing and have a good day.